Right. So we start now. Laughing. Yes or no? Okay. Right. So today we will start MySQL. SQL, MySQL. Okay. All of listen. Listen. Okay. Right. What to start now? We start the MySQL. Okay. MySQL. So in MySQL, before starting the queries, we should know some basics. MySQL basics, right? Like suppose data. What is data? Next, what is database? Next, what is database management system? Right? Then we start which one? Next to start the MySQL. So first of all, let's see the data. First, we'll see which one? Data. So what is data? There are two words, data and the information. Data and the information. So what is data and what is the information? Anyone knows what is data, what is information? Data is collection of raw facts. Collection of raw facts. What is the meaning of raw fact? Without having the proper meaning, right? For example, Allah factor. Let's talk about the data. Data means, okay, so data means it is collection of what? Collection of raw facts. Collection of raw facts. Collection of raw facts. That means Allah observe. Collection of words are simply collection of words. Suppose suppose I am taking here learning, V, Python, R, stack, full, like this. Here each one is one raw fact. It is one raw fact. It's also one raw fact. It's also one raw fact. It's also one raw fact. One raw fact. One raw fact. Each raw fact has the meaning, but collection of raw facts has no meaning. That is data means individually each fact has the meaning. When you see the collection of, meaning is not there. That is called what? Data. Data means what's the meaning till you know? It is collection of what? Collection of raw facts without which one? Proper meaning. Proper meaning. But each fact has a meaning. All right. What is the point here? You know. What is the one? Each raw fact has a each raw fact has again proper meaning. Proper meaning. When you see as a collection, combinedly meaning is not there, but individually we have a meaning. That is called what? Data. Then, if you keep in the order, if you keep in proper order, some meaningful which one information will come. Right? The information will comes from where? Comes from the data. Right? So means if you keep in the order, what do you keep in the order? Data. If you keep the data in order, if you execute the data, if you process the data, some output will come. That is called what? Information, right? So information means it is processed data. It is processed or executed data, or reorganized data. Means if you reorganize the data, if you process the data, if you execute the data, then output will come. The output is what? Information, right? And here it has proper meaning. Okay, information has proper meaning. It has proper meaning of. It has proper meaning. Now the same example, we are learning what? Python full stack. So Python full stack. See, the same raw facts are used here, but here there is no meaning, but here there is a meaning. The difference between data and the information. Data has no meaning. Information has meaning. It has a meaning. Alafu. It's our definition. R. R. For example, Alafu observe here. Okay. So, right. This is computer. This is what? Computer. Okay. So to computer, whatever input we are giving, allow to computer, whatever input we are giving, then that input is called data. What do you call data? The input is called out here. The input is called the data. Means data is given to the computer. In the computer, what is there? Processor is there. What is there? Processor. What does it do? It executes. It executes. Then the data will come as a output as a information. Now from computer, what is coming now? Output is coming. What's coming now? Output is coming. The output is called what here? Information. Information. All of it. The output is called what? Information. Like this, right? So through keyboard, whatever we give to computer as an input, that is called what? Data. Okay, then the computer processor will process the data and it gives output, that is called what? Information. Data and information. Okay, all of you. So take the notes, all of you. Take the notes. First keywording data. Don't work. All of you guys in online also, please note down. Means these two definitions are then take this also. Allow first of all this map over. Then take this one. This is what here. This is computer, right? So, right, take one point here. Take one point. Let me know what is data here. In this case, what is data? Allah observe. Allah observe. Whatever we give input to the computer, that input is called what? Data. In the computer, we process the data. After process, whatever output is coming, that is called what here? Information. Okay. Take 3 points about input, computer, output, right there. Whatever we give to computer as input, then that is called what? Data. That is called data. That is called data. Next, in computer, comma, processor will process the data. Processor will process the data. Next, whatever we get from computer as which one? As output, then that is called what? That is called what? Information. That is called information. Please come. That is called what? Information. Information. It's all about the data and the information. Next, database. Next one, database. Allah of observe, don't write, just wait. Allah of up to here, you reply. Yes or no? So generally you can observe here for every project what is requirements. Allah of observe. So here let's take any business. We'll take any business. Business means what? Business means like it makes up. Let's take the DMart business. DMart also business. So no. So daily what they do, they sell the products. The data stored in some databases. Yes or no? Every day selling products, the data must required. Why data required? For future purpose. Maybe to analyze the business. For example, let's take in our case, in the institute case, when you join, we take your data. We take your data. Means, in our case, we just take your name, mobile number, email address. But some institutes, they take all your biograph also. Or Aadhaar number, PAN card number, address, or father number. They take all information. So no, they take and they save in the database. Why? For future purpose. Alafu. So in our case, your mobile numbers we are having in our mobile. So that you keep the status. You are all seeing the status. Then you can inform your friends. Suppose next week new batch is there. Then what we do, in my phone I keep the status. My phone is office phone. Then you all are having all the office number. And the office number is having all our number also. So that we can see the status, inform to friends, they come and join. Later same again we save their numbers. Again give the status for this batch. Again you see and they friends also will see, inform them like that business going on. Suppose if I don't take your number, you came paid money, join the class, learning, learning, learning. We didn't take our number also. Later keep the status. Nobody wants the status because numbers are not there. Then how to start the new batches? How to get the new students? See the business stopping there. There's a abstraction the business. That's why particularly here maintaining data important. But where we maintain the data? Where we maintain the data? Right? So all of observe, we maintain the data in one database. In one database. If very less numbers are there, maybe 3 numbers or 5 numbers, 10 numbers, so you can take the notes, write in the notes. But 100 numbers, 1000 numbers are there, writing in the notes not possible. That's why we say we in the database, right? So this is the database, all of observe. It is the database, right? Database. In the database, what do we know? This is what here. This is what the database. In the database, what do we store? We store what? We store the data. We store the data. Who stores the data? It stores automatically. No, who stores data? Huh? As a user. As user, we have to store the data. User of the business. Okay, laughing. So means here, suppose here one user is there. Here one user is there. User or admin person or manager or programmer or anyone or person is there. Human being is there. Right? Then what does he do? He must interact with the database. He must interact with the database either for inserting the data or to modify the data, to remove the data, or to fetch the data. For all operations, there must be interaction between the database and user. Interaction must be there. Interaction must be there. But here the problem is as a user, I know a speaking language. That is maybe SQL, sorry, English language or Hindi language or Telugu language. Imagine now I am the user, okay, and I know, for example, Telugu language, but the database don't know Telugu language. Yes or no? So here it knows which language? It knows SQL language. The database understands only SQL language, right? SQL language guys here. So then one person knows Telugu, other person knows SQL. Communication possible? Not possible. One person knows Telugu, other knows Hindi. Communication possible? Not possible. It's possible if you have the translation. So no, if translation is there, then it is possible. If translation is not there, then communication is not possible. For example, let's take Rahul Gandhi is there. You know Rahul Gandhi, right? Who is that person? Who is Rahul Gandhi? Prime Minister. Ah. Ah? Congress, what do you call it here? Congress person. Okay. Right. Suppose very near elections coming. So then you want use speech in Telangana, maybe in Hyderabad, some village. He came here. He knows Hindi very well, but here the people, how people know Hindi, remain don't know Hindi. He came for a meeting. He start meeting speeching. In that meeting, there are 1 lakh members are there. Out of 1 lakh, maybe 60,000 now. Members knows Hindi. Even 40,000 members don't know Hindi. When you start speaking Hindi, what happens now? 6,000 people claps. They enjoy very well his speech. Remain 40,000 members, they enjoy now. What they do? They start going to home. Or else near any food is there, go and having the food and all. Why no use, right? Standing also no use. Why? The communication problem. That's why what they do, they keep one person to translate. Whatever he is speaking, he understands the translator into public the local language, so that all understand. Enough, right? It happens. At last, the public, if anything speaking, anything saying, he understands, inform taken the speaker. So the communication is possible through which one? Because of what? Because of what? Translation. Right, okay. Here also, direct communication is not possible. It knows SQL very well, but he can't speak SQL. Or he knows Telugu very well, it can't speak Telugu. and understand Telugu. That's why what we do here, what we do, there must be a one translator. There must be a one software between the user and database. There must be a one software, right? Now, whatever he want, he writes the form of the program. The program understands, then applies on the database. Applies on the database. Suppose I want to save the data, I can't speak. I write the program. The program understands, first of all understands, then apply on the database. And whatever it is giving reply, it understands, then it gives to whom? It gives to the this user. Like this, it works. Then, so what is the name of this one? Tell me anyone. Allah, tell me anyone. What is the name of this one? I tell again here, the software which manage the database as per the user requirement. DBMS. DBMS. This is DBMS. Allah observe. DBMS. A software, observe now, yes sir, a software which manage database as per the user requirement. Requirement means maybe insert the data, maybe modify the data, maybe delete the data, maybe fetch the data. Always we have the four requirements. It's called third operations. What do you call? Third op. So insert the data or modify data, delete the data or display the data. In most cases, we have these four operations. Third operation. CU or the third. Okay. All of you know. So it is I told here the software which manage the database as per user requirement, right? So DBMS. What's full form? DBMS full form? Huh? What is DBMS? That is full form you're saying. I'm asking the what is the data DBMS? Okay, understand this. Wait. A software which manage database as per the user requirement. All of right. Now, and commonly, which language we are using here? SQL language. Which language? SQL. Now here there are five things are there. So database, database management system, then user, and then what here? SQL. These five are the building blocks of any software. Without these five, there is no software. All of you. There is no database also without these things. So data is there. Data is there, but database is not there. Then where you store the data? Question mark. Very big database is there, but data is not there. Then what use of the database? Right? Very big database is there, but data is not there to store. Data is not there. Then what use of the database? Suppose you buy the laptop for 1 TB laptop, 1 TB storage place. A mobile, what is storage generally? How much? 128, 256. I'm taking now 1 TB, but I'm not taking the photos, not taking the videos. Then what use of the space? Any use is there? No use. Right? Okay. And then SQL. Why SQL? For communication. And what is the DBMS? For translation. For translation. And without user, these all are waste. Without user, again, because somebody has to store, somebody has to operate the operations. Right? So in every SQL, these are the two building blocks for every software. What's first one? Data, database management system, user, and then what here? And then SQL. Now, what is data power? Next we see what is a DB database. Before that, take this picture as it is. store and accumulating the database. And tell me now, what is database? Database is a storage place where you store the data. All of you, right? Write a point there. Database is the storage which is used to store to store our data to store our data, right? Tell me some examples of databases non-technically, not don't say MySQL. Technical, those are examples. Technically MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, MongoDB, these are database technically, but non-technically general examples for storage place. Mobile phone gallery is there. There's also a database. Why in gallery we're storing what photos, selfies more. What is there? Which one? It is selfies or not? No, na. Nowadays we buy the phone mainly for which one purpose? Camera main thing. That also front camera main important. Why? Selfie is important, right? Next one, phone book also. Phone book, yes or no? Storing the information, mobile numbers, right? Contacts. Next one, Google Drive and storage place. Very good. Huh? Brain. SSD. Next, Google Photos, right? Next one. Water bottle, notes. Mobile notes also. Files, right? These are which one examples of a database non-technically, general examples. Technically, MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, MongoDB, like this. PostgreSQL, these all are technically database examples. Okay, right there. Uh, technically, technically, MySQL, MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, and so on are examples of what databases. Or next, DBMS. DBMS. Right. What is DBMS? What is DBMS? It is a software which is used to manage the database as per by using which language? SQL language. Okay. But all of you observe. So this is the DBMS, right? DBMS. So this database management system. Database came maybe 30 years, 40 years back. Generally, around 40 years back, database came. But before 40 years also we had the business, right? Yes or no? 50 years back, business is there. 100 years back also business is there. But at that time, your data stored uh, in the files. In the files, data was managed. Before database, which one developed in files. Then that is called what? FMS. FMS. It means what? File management system. Initially, FMS was there. FMS. But there is a problem in FMS. Means managing the file is a problem. Not easy. Okay. I give a simple example, all of you, about the files. I'll give a simple example. maintaining the data in the file. Still, now also in some villages or in small shops, we use the file to manage the data. File means a kata book. Yes or no? Right? Suppose observe now. Observe, this is the one page, right? In the villages, what they do, one page for one person, second page for second person, next page for next person. Like that, what happened? This page name, the shop person given Narayana, for example. What is given here? Narayana given. What's the customer name? Narayana. And Narayana today came to shop. Today, what is the date, for example? 30 na 30 some 10 23. He came to shop. He bought suppose one notes. How much price? Maybe 100 rupees. How much? 100 rupees price. He paid 30 rupees. He paid, and depending how much now, 70. Like that, he wrote in his language, understandable way. Over. How much pending is there? How much pending is there? 70 pending is there. Today over. Next, after 1 week again, he came back to shop. Okay, after 1 week means let's take 07, right? And again 11, right? Sorry, 11 and 23. Uh, Now he bought one pen. Already some penning is there. What's pending already? 70. But pen is suppose 30 rupees. Now he paid how much here? 10 rupees he paid. How much pending is there now? And the previous one now? But how much pending now? 90 pen like that he wrote. Again, next day came again. Next day came some other day. Suppose 10, 11, 23 came, and on that day you don't want to buy anything. For example, what you want now? You want to pay the previous amount. You want to pay the previous amount. At that time, we should write a new line. Actually, not buying the new any product. He came today just to pay the amount. To pay the amount. Here two things are there. One is take the new line to write today. Suppose how much pending is there? 90. Today I'm paying 20%. Paying now. How much pending remaining again? 70 pending is there. Take the one line like this. Or else what we do? We have to overwrite here like this cross here and write here small letters 20 paid. How much pending is there? 70 pending. Like that. Daily I'm going daily paying 10 rupees, 10 rupees, 10 rupees. Then what happens now? Within 10 days the page will full. Again now I'll get the one more page. One more page. Right? That means here what is happening? We're taking the multiple lines here. Multiple lines for one customer. And we are overriding here, crossing, right again cross here, again writing like this. It looks very clumsy. Thus, if you see the villages Prata books, it looks very clumsy. Who only understands, who is writing, he understands. Suppose tomorrow went outside, his son is there, you can understand some also. Yes or no? Why that cross marks overrides only understands who write that one. They will can't understand. The doctor's writing, who understand one doctor. And also, which one medical shop understands. Remaining people, then the BTech, MTech also waste. Yes or no? Okay. So like this, it's very difficult to manage the data in the files. So to overcome that problem, now what came now? What came on? Database came. In a simple database, what we do, we can take one record and what date he bought and how much he given the money, how much spending is there. Tomorrow, just what we do, only replace the values. Just replace the values. But in the notes, you can't replace the values. We have to overwrite compulsory. Or else cut that part. Blade cut and I can write that one. All right? The paper can't replace. But the database, what can do, we can update the values. That's why what happened here in this case, updating plus deleting both are difficult way in the file. Adding very easy, no problem. Reading also easy, no problem. But these two difficult. Which one? Updating and deleting. To overcome this FMS, what came now? DBMS came. What came? FM stands for what? File Management System. It stands for what? Database management system. All of you, okay? This is the first one, like this, right? So, and this DBMS are different types. These DBMS are different types, like NDBMS, ODBMS, HDBMS, like that. Different types are there. But here in each one again, there are some problems. That's why they found in new one RDBMS. What latest one? RDBMS latest one. Right now, we are all using what here? RDBMS only. So in NDBMS, the data is managed through the networks. N for what? Networks. And in ODBMS, the data managed by using objects. And here by using hierarchies. By using what? Hierarchies. But now, right now, we're using what? RDBMS. R for what? Relational. Relational DBMS. Right now, whatever databases we are using, those are all following which one? RDBMS only. Which one? RDBMS. All of you. Okay. Almost in 1989, guys, it is developed which year? In 1989. Okay, one scientist is there. His name is called E.F. Carter. What's the name? E.F. Carter. So he developed 12 rules. He found 12 rules, 12 rules, and he said that if any database satisfies at least 8 or above 8, that is called DBMS or DBMS. If any database supports, there are some rules are there. Database rules are there. It's called E.F. Card rules. E.F. Card rules. If any database supports at least my 8 rules, then that is called that is example of RDBMS. Otherwise, not a RDBMS. In that way, first of all, they checked Oracle database. First Oracle, it supports 12 by 12 cent marks. Which one? Oracle. Then next one here, SQL server. SQL server, SQL server. So it supports 10 out of 12. 10 out of 12. And then MySQL 8.5 out of 12. Out of 12. That's why this remaining are below 8, 7, 6 like that. Remaining all. That's why always in the market, these three having the more demand. Out of these three also, what is having more demand always? Oracle has always more demand. Plus, learning also very difficult Oracle compared to MySQL. Learning difficult, syntax different, difficult. The same time, more demand. Which one? Oracle. Second place, third place what? MySQL. Allah, okay. So when you have that time, go to Google once. What you try? EF card rules. EF card rules. How many rules are there? How many rules are there? 12 rules are there. 12 rules are there. These are the rules. First rule, foundation rule, rule of information, rule of guaranteed access, rule of systematic null, null value supporting like that. How many rules are there? 12 rules are there. But the 12th one is what here? Rule of non-subversion like that. Okay, right. So now, right now, which one now we are using? RD. That's why if you observe in every database, we have a concept called joins. Concept is there. Joins is there. Constraint foreign key, primary key. Why foreign key, primary key? To develop the join. Relation between two tables. Means simple. What is the meaning of RDBMS? Means all tables having the relationships. That's all. Parent-child relationship must be there. All of you. Okay. That we see in coming classes. The programs are there, like joins, subqueries, constraints. These are all we see in the coming classes. Okay. Right. Take the notes now. DBMS stands for what? Read that one. DBMS stands for database management system. Next, it is a software. It's a software or collection of softwares. Collection of softwares which is used to manage the database. Which is used to manage the database. To manage the database. To manage the database as per user requirement. As per user requirement. By use which language? SQL language. By using SQL language. Right. Next, there was FMS before. Which one? DBMS. FMS stands for what? Read that one. FMS FMS stands for File Management System. File Management System. And here data is managed. Data is managed where? In the files. In the files. In the files. In the files. Okay, next one. It is difficult to manage the data in the file. So DBMS was introduced. DBMS is introduced. Okay. Types NDBMS, ODBMS, HDBMS. What last one? RDBMS. N for what? NDBMS. Network. O for what? H for what? R for what here? Right, full names also here. Right. So RDBMS, right? Allah observe RDBMS introduced which year? 1917, 18, I think. What's the name? EF card, okay. Which year came this one? No? In 70, all of it, not 18, I said 89, right? Which year? In 70. Right there. One point about RDBMS. It is introduced by whom? EF, which year in the 1970s, 70 that. Next one, Oracle, SQL Server and MySQL are the main relational databases. Relational databases are the main relational databases. What are those? Oracle and SQL Server and the MySQL. Right? Right. Now database, DBMS. What is one user? Who is the user? User is a human being, maybe a developer, maybe programmer, maybe user, customer, manager, admin, anyone is a human being, that's all. Or sometimes the database managed by one more program also. Like a database managed by human beings. Sometimes database managed by whom? Some programs also. That's why a user is a maybe human being or maybe program also. To manage the database. To manage the database. Okay, right there. User. User. User is a user. User can be admin or manager or programmer or a program which is managed the database. Right? Right. Now coming to our concept now. Out of 5, 4 over. What next one now? SQL. All of keeping SQL language. SQL language. SQL language. Now tell me, SQL stands for what? Structured. Very good. But just wait. The SQL, what is the other name? SQL. Don't tell SEQUEL. SQL. And what is this full form? Just wait. I said don't tell again why telling. Tell me now. Actually, the real name is SQL. But later on, to make the short, they named it as SQL. But the actual name SQL. Right, okay. So here SQL means S for structured, E for English, QE for query, L for what? So how many words are there? 4 words are there. What's first word? Structured, English, query, language. But now it is renamed as which one? SQL. Stands for Structured Query Language. Now also some people call as a SQL language, some call as a SQL language. The people, mostly the generous people, we call as a SQL language. But if it's a company, the very high level question like managers who has 25 years experience, they call SQL. Right? It can be SQL or SQL also. Okay, right there. SQL stands for what? Stands for what? Structured query Structured query language. SQL stands for structured query language. Tell me now why it is used SQL? Why SQL language is used? SQL language provides communication between whom? User and SQL language provides communication between user and database. User and database. Right there. It provides the communication between the user and the database. User and database. User and the database. It's also called SQL language. SQL stands for what? SEQL. SQL stands for S for what? Structured. S for structured. E for what? E for English. QUE for query. L for what? Language. Structured English query language. English query language. SQL language. So, right. So now we start learning which one? SQL language. See, learning Oracle. Some people say I'm learning Oracle. Some people say I'm learning SQL Server. Some people say I'm learning MySQL. Right? But actually, you should know one thing. What actually we are learning means not those things. We are learning a language. We are learning what? A language. That means all of you observe. Uh, this is the database. Okay, this is what database. It can be Oracle database. It can be what Oracle, or else it can be SQL server. It can be SQL server. Okay, all of you. Or you can learn. You can go to the which one MySQL classes. Whatever it is, but the learning not Oracle, not SQL Server, not MySQL. It's just a database, just a storage place. This is what a storage place. What is important? How to store the data is important. How to modify data important. How to remove the data important. Means the communication important. What's important? Communication. Who provides communication here? SQL. That we learn now, not the databases. All right. Some people say I'm learning Oracle, not Oracle. We're learning the language to manage the Oracle. And who said that I'm learning the MySQL, not MySQL. Work with MySQL, we're learning the language. We're learning the language. For every database, separate language is there. To work with Oracle, let me know which language you will learn. The people who are going to Oracle classes, they learn SQL, PL, SQL classes. They learn SQL, PL, SQL. PL, procedure, L for what? Procedure language or not? Okay, that we see later. Just wait. Next, the people who are learning, who are going to SQL Server classes, they're using a language called SQL common again now. SQL, and TSQL. SQL on which one now? T. T means a transactional, a transactor. And the people who are learning, who are going to MySQL classes, they use a language called SQL language. Which language? Just SQL. Only SQL. That all the core advanced all of them. So here, this SQL means core, this is the advanced. Again, this is the core, this is the advanced. In case of MySQL, core, advanced, all this one only. Why? MySQL, very small one compared to SQL Server, compared to Oracle. Enough, right? Okay. So either you go for Oracle classes or go with the Oracle. What we use? SQL, PL SQL we use. Or you go with the SQL Server classes. What we learn? SQL, TSQL. Or you go with the MySQL classes. What we learn? SQL we learn. SQL is common. SQL is common. SQL stands for what? Structured query language. The basic part common to everybody. It's common to Oracle people, common to SQL or common to MySQL. A small syntax will change. Maybe small syntax will change, remaining same concept, same definition, sir. Maybe small syntax will change. That's all. All of okay. Right. Now we're going to learn which one. Tell me now. Huh? We're going to learn SQL language to manage which one? MySQL database. All of you. We're going to learn what? SQL language to manage what? MySQL database. Suppose let's take see general all of you MySQL free for Python people generally. SQL Server free for whom? .NET people. .NET people. Oracle free for whom? Java people. See the link all of you. Link for each one. Which language here? Java. Java language. Which language? Java. And here which one? .NET. .NET. Okay. .NET, right? .NET like this. And which one? Python. All of you observe here. And observe now. Language wise also, which one takes more time to learn? Java. Same Oracle also. And second priority, which one takes more time? .NET. It also, which one second one more time? SQL Server. Then Python and SQL. All of you. Generally, if Java takes suppose 10 months, for example, 10 months, Oracle takes minimum 3 months, 3 to 4 months Oracle. To learn end-to-end Oracle, it takes minimum 3 to 4 months compared to Python, very big one, Oracle. Next, .NET takes 6 months, for example, 6 months it takes minimum 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 months, and Python very small one. How many days generally Python? 3 months. It takes maximum 45, not months, days. 45 days or maximum 2 months, very less. Same if card rules also. How much is satisfy card rules? 12. Here 10. Here 8.5. Right? And all Java people must learn what? Oracle. All .NET people must learn what? SQL Server. All Python people learn what? MySQL, like this. All of it. Okay. So if you go to see 3 months means if you join only Oracle classes, you want to try only Oracle job, then takes 3 months. But as part of Java, learning Oracle means a maximum 40 days, 30 days only they teach. Means your main part what? Java. That's why you don't focus more on the Oracle. They teach you how much required for the Java people. That's all. But if you concentrate only for Oracle job, you want only Oracle job. At that time, it takes how much months here? 3 months. In our case also, suppose I told MySQL 40 days. When if you learn MySQL for only MySQL job purpose. But for Python, we are learning MySQL means maximum 3 weeks. Means maximum 20 classes, 15 to 20 classes enough. Enough, clear, right? Okay. Why? In our case, our main goal is Python or MySQL. Main goal is Python. For Python, how much we require? That will spend the time on the MySQL. Okay, right. Right. Now, remember how to start now? What to start? SQL. Why SQL? Work with which database? MySQL database. Which database? MySQL database. Okay. This diagram may be useful. Take some rough for this one. PL. PL stands for what? Tell me now. Procedure language or programming language? PL SQL full form. Procedure language, right? Okay. Right. Let's take there only. These are the languages, right? So these are the languages, databases, database languages. Or right now, let's start the SQL. Tell me now what we learn now. We learn the SQL. Why SQL to manage what here? Manage means like storing, retrieving, updating, deleting, doing some operations, joining operations. Okay, like that. So all of you observe. Now SQL language has some sub languages. Some sub languages. All of you observe. SQL sub languages. Sub languages. SQL is the one language. It contains some sub languages. This is the first topic now. First topic is starting. Till now, introduction over. Till now, introduction over, all above. Now, first topic is what? SQL sub-languages. Sub-languages. What are those means? Anyone knows? DDL. DDL. Or second one, DML. Or third one, D. DRL. DRL. What's fourth one? What's fourth one here? D. CL, and fifth one TCL. These are the five sub languages. What's first one? Uh, Second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, TCL. DDL stands for data definition. Which one? Language. DML stands for what? Data manipulation language. DRL stands for data retrieval, right? Retrieval language. DCL stands for data control. Which one now? Language. TCL stands for transactor, control language. There are five sub languages. How many languages are? Five sub languages. Okay, I don't think that each one takes a number of days. Python language, 2 months. So five languages, 100 days. Not like that. Very simple things. Each language has some commands are there. Each one has some commands, some 3 4 commands like that. Each one. Okay, but before that, let us see who will use DDL, DML, DRL, and who will use DCL, TCL. Generally, for every software, there are two teams, guys. Minimum two teams must be there. This is the database. All of you observe. This is what? This is what now? Ah, database. Now, observe here. I am taking the one to. Sorry. Very good. This is the one team. Like this. I'm taking the one person only. Imagine not team of employees are there. On the other side also, one team is there. Other side also, right? Is it all coming, right? Like this. There are two teams are there. There are two teams are there. The first one I call it as a database developers. Database developers. What do you call? What do you call? Database developers. The second one, database. What is the name of? Admins. What do you call? Admins. Database developers, database admins. Two teams are there. Developer means what? Developer. Admin means admin. Ah. You know what is developer? Huh? Developer means developing the database. Developing the database. Admin means controlling the database or managing the database. Both are doing. One is developing, other one controlling. All of it, right? Developers what they do? They develop the database. Admins what they do to control the or manage the database. Yes or no? Right. Both should not develop, both should not control. One should develop, other should control. All of right again. So the developers for developing purpose, what they use means they use DDL, DML, DRL. Generally, developers use DDL, DML, DRL for developing the database. Developing the database. Next one, the admins for controlling what they do. DCL stands for what? Data control. And then TCL stands for what? Transact control. See, both control languages. Both are controlling languages. All of you. DCL and TCL like this. Developers use DDL, DML, DRL. Admins use DCL, TCL generally. Okay. Now, to become the developer, we learn either MySQL or Oracle or SQL Server to become the database developer. How to become a database admin? Of course, we learn Python course, right? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Then to become database admin, which course we learn now? Database course, huh? Tell me now. SQL course, huh? All of you. If you learn, if you learn, suppose Oracle database. If you learn Oracle means which language? Java language. SQL or PLSQL, right? If you learn SQL, PLSQL, you become what? Tell me now. You become what? Huh? Nothing become, huh? Database. Database developer, very good. Thank you so much. Next. Now, then what will have to become admin? SQL Server. Huh? I love you. So actually, the course is not there now, Ameerpet, but previously the course is a Oracle DBA course. Oracle DBA. Oracle DBA course. Oracle language or Oracle database. If you learn Oracle database, you become the developer. To become admin, Oracle DBA course is there. Oracle DBA. Now, anybody find Oracle DBA poster, banner? No. Can you find anywhere? If you join the Java, Oracle teaching. If you join the Python, MySQL teaching. If you join the .NET, SQL teaching. But DBA, nobody teaching as a free for any course. And so there's no DBA course in the market right now. All of it, right? But lockdown before, SQL DBA, Oracle DBA. SQL DBA means SQL Server is there, language, database. For that SQL DBA course, SQL DBA. SQL DBA, right? Okay. So before lockdown, the demandable course, which one? This DBA side, database side, Oracle DBA, SQL DBA. The course duration may be 2 months maximum. 2 months but the fees is 10,000, 12,000 like that. I told you other tools are some tools are there. MSBA tool, Informatica, Power BI, ClickView, Tableau. Very small, just 40 days only. But how much fees? 8,000. Java, 1 year. How much fees? 6,000 rupees. Not now, I'm saying before the lockdown. 1 year for Java. But how much fees? Maximum 6,000 rupees. That also offers to be there. Because there's competition, at a time payment of 5,000 rupees only. Otherwise, 6,000 rupees. Like that, some offers again. How much course duration? 1 year course duration. Right? All of you. Right. Now, you understand, right? So, database developers use what? DDL, DML, DRL. Why they use to develop the database? And admins, what they use DCL, TCL, and what they do? They control the database. Okay. Right now, in the notes, what's our last point? The picture over it. Okay. Right. Take this one. SQL sub languages. Or hmm? Right. And take this picture. Yeah. Now you are learning which part? Development part. Means which one will learn? DDL, DML, DL. This is what we focus. Right. Now, so as a developer, what we use? DDL, DML, DRL. Again, each individually, where do we use exact DDL? Where do we use DML? Where do we use DRL? We'll see again individually where we use DDL, DML, DRL. All of you observe here. Now, Let's take the table. This is what? Which one? Database. Always the box not database, right? Sometimes to change also. This is what now? Data table, right? Right. And this is what here? Table always has two parts. No karma. Header and the body, right? Header and body. In the header, we take what? In the header, what we take? Heading. Welcome Narayana house. Like that. Array, HTML table over, right? Columns names. Suppose about student, will take suppose student number, then student name, then location, location, then which one marks like this. Allah have observed. Okay, now I'll take some students, 101. Then the names you know very well. Super. HYD. Then how many marks? Next, 102. Nani. Which one? Bangalore. 80 marks. Okay. Next minute name. 103. What's name? Satya. Then. How much here? 70. Very good. You all have good future. Okay. Right. So that's all. Now all of you observe. Totally, this is called what? A table. Yes or no? Table. In the table, this is called a table header. This is called what? Table body. That's all. Over. So here, this is what you know? Table header. This is what now? Oh, 1 second. Like this. Table body. The table header is created, is modified, is deleted by using DDL. DDL we use. Work with the table header. Means create the header, only header. Create the header, rename the header part, delete the any columns, add the new columns, rename the columns. These are all done which one? DDL sub language. Which language? DDL. DDL, data definition language. And here it is used by DML, data manipulation language. So DDL for which purpose we use? For header purpose. DML for body purpose. And then for final arrow coming. And this is what enter table. There we use what? DRL. DRL for the full header and body. Header and the body. Allow. So now exactly why do we use DDL? DDL is used to manage the table header. Here managing means creating the table header, creating or altering the table header. Altering means what? Modifying. Altering means what? Modify. Modify means add the new column, delete the existing column, rename the column. This is called what? Altering. Then drop the column, drop the header, drop the column, and also truncate. Truncate also will come here. How many operations are there? 4 operations. What's first one? Create. But second one? Alter. Then drop. Then truncate. These 4 are the commands of DDL language. Create, alter, drop, truncate. What is drop? What is truncate? We see later definitions one by one. That's right. DDL has 4 commands. How many? 4 commands. What's first one? Create. Create means what? Create the header. Create the header. Now creating header with 4 columns over. 4 columns creating header over. Means this part over. Next what is there? Alter means I can rename. LOC is there. I want to take the location. we use alter. Or I want to add extra column, we use alter. I want to delete the some existing column, we use alter plus a drop to this combination. So truncate also for deleting the data like this. All right? So C A D T. Okay, right. So that is what here draw DDL. DML. DML. Once header is there, next what we do? DML. Once header is there, next what we do? Insert the data. So right, header is there now, but the body is not there. Then create the body. Create the body means what? Add the data or insert the data. Insert the data. Now data inserting over. After inserting, I want to modify the values. HYD is there. I want to take Hyderabad. Modify the value. Just update the right. Update the value. U. I want to remove the row. I want to remove Satya row. Then which one? Delete. Delete like this. Here drop. Here delete. Insert. Update. Delete. Which commands here? DML. Then DRL only one, that is a displaying. Retrieve is a selector displaying. That is what DRL. These are the commands we learn. If run these all commands, these three languages over. How many commands are there here? Here are 4 commands. Here are 3 commands. And here what? Here one command is there. That's all. But how many commands are? 8 commands. If you run the 8 commands means the sub language concept over. Remember? So DDL, why do we use DDL? Why do we use that? So we said that to manage the header. Manage means create the header, or alter the header, drop the header, drop the managing the header. Managing. Next, why do we use DML? To manage body. To manage the body. And why do we use DRL? To get the to manage both header and the body. Not managing it to get the data, display the data, to display the data along with the header. Okay, so this is called actually what we call here header, right? It is called header, also called the definition, table definition. What you call here table? That's why it's called definition language. The header also called what? Definition. Table header, table definition, same. This is what now? This is what? This is body. It is the body. Body. Our data. Body or actual data. This is the actual data. Okay, right. So how to manage the table header? By using what? It stands for what? Data definition language. It contains which commands? 4 commands. What are those? Create, alter, drop, truncate. Next, how to manage the data? By using what? DML. Stands for what? Data manipulation language. It contains which commands? What are those? Insert, update, delete. Okay. What is then? How to display the data? By using DR. Stands for what? Data. Retrieval language is also called the DQL. What do you call? DQL. DQL stands for what? DQL? Data. Data query language. DQL means a data query language. Data query language. Both are same. Retrieval language and query language. Okay, right. So the notes right now. What is over? Is over, right? Okay. Next one. Take a point there. Take a point below this table. Below this diagram. Below this diagram. Take one now. Point. As a developers. As a developers. As a developers. Developers. We need to focus. We need to focus. Focus. Which languages? DDL, comma, DML and what? DRL sub languages. DRL sub languages. As a developers, we need to focus DDL, DML, DRL, DRL. Hmm? Right. Then take this one now. What? Right. Now, what is starter? What is starter? Start DDL, right? Okay. So, DDL means what? Those four commands will there. Syntax, definition, examples. Next, three commands, same definitions, syntax, and examples. Then, here one command is there. What is the command? Select. Once this is over, then we understand exactly how to manage the table. But in interview, these three play very, very important role. Like, tell me now, in DDL, what are the commands? All of tell me now, the DDL, what are the commands? Or I take here, create, alter, drop, truncate, Where? In the DDL. Okay. Next up. The DML insert, update, then delete. And the DRL only one, that keep aside, only one. And here the questions are like this. So what is different? Here mostly ask differences only. Differences are syntaxes. What is difference between create and insert? What is difference between these two? And what is, see, alter update general same meaning. General out of subject, alter means update same both, right? The subject wise, what is the difference between alter and update? And what is difference between drop deleter or the main important truncate deleter, like this. And sometimes they ask us how to insert the data given syntax. And in how many ways we add the data in the table, or how to rename the columns, or add the new column at the end, or in the middle, the beginning, how to add the columns like that. Lot of questions will come here, but all very small questions, simple questions. Okay, all of you. So tomorrow, what we start? We start which one now? DDL. That we see in the tomorrow class. Huh? Right. Thank you, all of you. Bye.